Hello everyone, Riff Raff Hornhelm with you once again, and today it's a fail tale. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting character, a character who is technically I believe a half-elven fighter mage. And because he acquired a certain item, it changed his persona considerably and led him to a real interesting situation that is once again kind of a reflection of the laws of unintended consequences. So, today we're talking about a character who happens to be, and this is not a review, so just one specific incident. This specific character's name was Tim the Enchanter. I know, not the most original in the world, but Tim was his name. And because he acquired a very specific high-end magical item that was a robe called the Robe of Elvish. And Elvish's robe, this robe, conveyed the abilities of a bard, a reasonably high-level bard, onto a specific character. Whoever wore it, who fit within the requirements, either by race or alignment, would have these powers. It also would provide him with an instrument. So while he was playing, an instrument would magically appear in his hands and away he would go. Now, some of you may have noticed that by calling him Lord Elvish, I wonder if that's related to, and yes it is, the late great Elvis. Well, some people think he's great, some people not so much, but he had a very specific persona, and whoever accepted this robe was then somewhat controlled by the robe and had to act with the persona of Elvis. He ended up being called Lord Elvish by the rest of the party and had a number of interesting tales, and this is the interesting part for me, is that a lot of them would fit in this part of the show very easily. So not always good things, but fun things. In any case, what happened in this case was that Elvish was looking to help provide some funds for himself and was going around to the different taverns and pubs within a small city that they were staying at and performing. It was at one of these that he found out that they were actually having a contest. And the contest was to choose performers who would then perform for a visiting princess who was expected in like the next week to 10 days. So he said, well, goodness, with these abilities and my ability to get up there, I need to go and participate in this, and we're going to be here for a couple of weeks. Maybe I can go and perform in front of the princess and really make bank. So, okay, well, that's a pretty good idea. Why not? Let's do something like that. Well, the powers of the robe were influenced by the roles of the users, and he had a great role while performing up there. The robe, in addition to providing him an actual instrument to use, would provide an illusory backup band. And of course, it being Lord Elvish, it was a guitar. So he got up there and sang his heart out. The room was packed with people in the largest pub in the entire city and absolutely wowed them. Wowed them so much that he rolled a 20. The reaction from the crowd, who missed a collective savings throw, was that any and all loose currency that they had, they would throw at him because, well, he was just the best performer they'd ever heard. And, you know, like a street performer, this was one way of rewarding them. Well, the place was packed, close to 1,000 people inside of this big tavern. And they all started whipping their coinage up there at him, and it started hitting him. Well, law of unintended consequences. He ends up with all this money up on the stage and ends up unconscious, black and blue, bleeding, cuts all over the place from all the coins that hit him from all these people throwing them at him as well. So, like I said, it's kind of a discussion about the laws of unintended consequences, and in this particular case, that happened to Elvish. Like I said, it's not the only story he has this way, and maybe we'll come back in a future fail tale and talk about Elvis and Lord Elvish and the dance-off that he had with another character, or I think it was a sing-off, a rap-off? Maybe it was a rap-off with another character named Scratch, all over a set of blue suede boots. So, in the meantime, take care, everybody. If you enjoyed this story, please stroke that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, show this to people in the streets, and come back and see us again real soon. Take care, and remember, dwarves rock!